Hey, yo, listen to another show on the 4Odd Radio Network. For more shows, you can go and check out 4oddradio.com. How they say?
Hey listeners, Eric here, also known as Trekkie B47, from the Starfleet Escape Podcast and the Ranger Command Power Hour. The more phenomenal episode you're about to listen to is brought to you by Raven Designs, illustration and design that fit your personality. For samples and inquiries, visit ravencruise.com.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Appropriately Inappropriate. Thank you for coming back and listening. If this is your first time listening to the show, what we do here is me, Kevin Elliott, and then normally my co-host Nancy Garrigus is here, although this week, she, believe it or not, is out of town. She travels more than I do, and I'm a traveling comedian, so it doesn't make any fucking sense. She doesn't do anything with her life. But makes enough money, apparently, to take her whole family on vacations all the time. So, Nancy, we miss you, and can't wait to have you back. But what we do is we bring in a comedy friend of all ours, and we talk about comedy, we talk about them, we talk about anything that kind of comes up, and hopefully we make you laugh and keep it interesting, and you enjoy the time with us. So, off the bat, if you'd like to follow me on Twitter, you can, at Kevin_Elliott. Let's see, shows coming up. I'm not going to really do anything. I have, it's the new year, and I don't know, February, I'm at House of Comedy on February 12th and 16th with Jen Kober. The dates with Tobler, I don't have yet. So once all that stuff comes about, I'll tell you, but just follow me on Twitter. That's where I'll blast all dates. And Nancy's on Instagram at @ngarrigus. That's probably the best intro she's ever had to Instagram because she doesn't know how to say it. Anyways, our guest this week, really good friend of mine in the comedy scene. He's a super funny comic, way original dude, and an all-around great guy. Everybody welcome to Appropriately Inappropriate, Bill Laskowski. What's up, Bill?
What's up, Kevin?
Let's bring the energy. What's up, Bill?
Oh,
What's up? Bill, where can people follow you, find you, everything? Blast away.
So, like, Facebook, I do Bill Laskowski. Twitter, Angry Hobbit, at Bill Lacerdo. Don't ask me why the differing last names. Just kind of trying to be a little covert. Instagram, Bill the Angry Hobbit, or Bill Laskowski. So I'm on all that shit.
Perfect, man. Yeah. So, what do you prefer on social media?
I have a preference for Facebook and Instagram just because they seem like they're a little easier to use.
Yeah.
And even though I'm only 27, like, I don't know, I just still struggle with Twitter and hashtagging, and I don't know. I kind of feel like I'm a 40-year-old man trapped in a 27-year-old's body.
Dude, Twitter's hard. Just because you got to keep it to that 140 characters.
Yeah.
And everything I write's like 143. Mm-hmm. So, fuck, man, what can I take out that now makes me sound stupid, but it gets my point across?
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. If you can make, like, a relevant Twitter post with 140 characters, though, that's, like, funny, I feel like it's a good way of kind of, like, learning how to edit yourself, you know?
For sure.
Like, it keeps you on point with what you're trying to get across.
Yeah, dude, there's some people that are so good at it.
There's some people that are so good at it, but then there's the opposite end of the spectrum where you read a diatribe from someone on fucking Facebook and you're just oh my God, I don't want to hear about, like, how your mother had epilepsy and herpes at the same time and, like, just pussy.
Yeah, that's
shit. I don't know.
That should just be for the family.
It should be.
Know?
It should be. Like,
I hate Facebook, man. I do. I'm on it.
I'm on it all the time, and I'm kind of a cunt in respect to Facebook because I have friend request. Like, if you send me a friend request on Facebook, I will be your friend. But the second you post, like, either like a Farmville request or anything like that, or like just something retarded, you're getting unfollowed instantly.
For sure, dude. Any food pics, any I have the greatest husband in the world comments.
What the fuck? Else? Why do people take pictures of their food?
I don't know.
It's like, I'm going to start taking pictures of my shits and be like, this was this. And I'll put like a two-step comparison. Like, this
here's
is
the
what,
before,
here's the before, here's the after.
You should.
Do you see any corn in this? I don't know why there's corn in the after picture, but
I haven't had it in 3 weeks. I mean, look, how slow is my body producing over here?
It's that gummy nature of gluten, which is
Dude, I think the most narcissistic thing a person can do is take a selfie and then post it to social media.
I would tend to agree.
Like, you're taking a picture of yourself, posting it for other people to see because you think they want to see you. It's like, dude, you couldn't find someone to take a picture of you. You're that lonely. That's fucking terrible.
I think I've taken like a grand total of 3 or 4 selfies in my life, and every time I've just like felt like the biggest slimy dirtbag afterwards. I'm just like, God,
These people
who
don't have
am I?
shame, though. Every day
nobody
I see
has
people doing
shame
it in
anymore.
public.
Shame has gone out the fucking window.
It's the fucking worst.
It is.
I wish people still got embarrassed.
True. But at the same breath, like, I don't get embarrassed about shit anymore.
Oh, but you're a comic.
True. Yeah.
we're kind of geared to never be embarrassed.
I don't think we should get embarrassed.
The more embarrassing, the better, because now we have a great story.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, I think the only time I'm embarrassed is if I bomb. Like, if I bomb on stage, I'm fucking embarrassed as hell, and I'm like, pulling my collar up on my shirt, trying to get the fuck out of the club.
You just want to leave.
I'm just like, don't look at me.
But you learn the most from
Oh, God. It's like, you have to have those sets where they're just fucking horrifying and like everybody's just staring at you with their mouth agape.
What's the worst experience or worst bomb that you've ever had?
Worst bomb that I ever had? I was in front of like a crowd of just hipsters at Copper Blue, or no, it was at like Grand Avenue. It was at Grand Avenue Pizza Show, and just
Which just sounds like a banger show.
Yeah, but it just attracts like nothing but hipsters. And I sat on stage talking about the first time I watched a gay porn. And I'm not gay, but watching a gay porn was an interesting endeavor, to say the least. And I sat there and regaled the hipsters with this, and every other comic sitting there busting out laughing. The hipsters are just aghast, just horrified.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well,
they're terrible.
They're kind of pussies. Yeah. I don't know. If you spend that much time like wafting your facial hair, you're probably a douchebag.
You used to have awesome facial hair, bro.
I had an Abe Lincoln beard.
Killer beard.
It was an Abe Lincoln beard, and it was either like people equated me to Honest Abe or Amish person. And there's also a little known Amish person called a Hooterite. And I grew up with these people in my neck of the woods. And Hooterites are like an Amish person that speak broken English, and it's like mixed with German. It's really weird. They steal a lot. Like, they go to a Walmart, and these people are followed around like everywhere by Walmart security. They don't have any facial hair or anything, but they like drive equipment. Like, they have tractors and pickup trucks, and like they have electricity at their colonies. So like when I was in high school, it was common knowledge that you could go and get paid a stud fee as a man to inject some new genes into their population, because they're kind of like a closed colony type society. So they're like
just
breeding,
hiring male prostitutes.
pretty much, yeah. Yeah,
Cool.
they're just going to get
Is that like a Craigslist ad? Where's Joe Salinas?
But the fucked up thing is they have facial hair like Joe Salinas. Those of you who don't know, Joe Salinas has the worst facial hair in Phoenix comedy.
He was on a couple weeks.
I love the guy, but his fucking beard needs to go. And the parents watch you. Like, they watch you perform the sex act.
What?
So that you're not getting anything too crazy. Like, no DJs.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Now, I've never personally done this. I'm not speaking from the record.
Now, and you've been watching for quite some time.
Of
you
course.
adopted one of their kids just so you could watch.
Yep. I had to find out. I had to know if it was real.
Hold on. Well, where are you from?
I'm originally from North Dakota.
Oh,
otherwise
cool.
known as bumfuck nowhere.
No. North Dakota, it is weird, but it's nice.
You never been there.
I've only been to the city parts. So you grew up there?
Yeah. So I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois, and then my family moved to North Dakota when I was about 5. My parents both were college professors in a tiny little town, 16,000 people.
You got to be smart to do that, huh?
Yeah,
What did they
reasonably. Mom was an education professor, and so people that were going into the teaching profession. And then my old man was an English professor. He was the chair of the English department.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was like, it's really weird to come from such learned people and be a dirty foul-mouthed comedian. Feel like
Good with words, though.
I know. I feel like I'm doing my old man proud.
You definitely are.
When I was a little kid, I would do like bits from like Saturday Night Live for my old man if he was in a bad mood or something, which constantly he was because he was an angsty writer. So I remember vividly one day, like the Chris Farley Fat Man, a little coat, and then in a van down by the river. I went and got his clothes on and stuffed pillows up my clothes, and I went downstairs and like jumped and hooted and hollered around like Chris Farley. He was great. That was my first little performance.
Yeah? How old were you?
I was probably like 6.
Cool. Memorizing Saturday Night Live.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Just crushing it.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Your parents didn't shelter you from anything?
No. One of my earliest memories is watching like The Man Show and Howard Stern with my dad growing up. It was a very comedy-friendly household. The one rule was just don't say fuck in front of mom, and you're good. Or goddamn.
Rules,
goddamn was like, it was worse than saying fuck.
Really?
My mother's like super devout Catholic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like she made me serve as an altar boy. Luckily, I never get molested by priests. Dirty bastards.
Dude, so your family, I mean, at least from your dad, your mom very into comedy too?
Not as much. Like, she's a funny person in her own right, just because she's kind of retarded. I mean, I love my mother, but like, you know how your mom has like that lack of common sense about her? Like,
no, my mom has common sense.
My mom doesn't. Like, it's a constant struggle to talk to her about pretty much anything, especially technology. Like, I just kind of want to.
She hasn't conformed?
No.
Does she have email?
No, she has email. She's got all that. Because she's an educator. Like, she's still in, post-secondary academia. So, but yeah, she's.
I definitely know your parents are from an education background when you call it academia.
Yeah. Yeah, I grew up at a college and have a very extensive vocabulary, but I don't choose to use it half the time. It's just like, what's the point? Saying fuck is so much more fun.
When you, so growing up in North Dakota, was it like, did you guys live on a farm? Am I kind of ignorant for saying that?
No, not really. Like, we lived in town. My parents weren't really into the whole, like, farming type community thing. They're more of city dwellers. They were originally from Chicago. I got into that pretty heavy, especially in high school, because it was like, either you become like us or we're going to ostracize the living shit out of you. So, yeah, I was a bit of a redneck in high school. Drove a pickup truck and went hunting and chewed Copenhagen long cut.
Yeah?
Yep. And I just needed to get away from all that because it was there was more to life than what I was seeing just there. And North Dakota is weird because it's kind of like it's 20 years behind the rest of the country. And I know it sounds like I'm just shitting on that place, but it does need to be shit on sometimes. For all the good things that there are in North Dakota, there's a lot of bad. Like, fracking is a huge industry in that state.
What's that?
Fracking is the hydraulic oil fracturing, where they sit there and pump water with hydrogen sulfide, like way down into the Earth's crust to release natural gas and shale oil so that we can then mine the land. So this has been shown to be really caustic and not good for the environment. Like, people in the western part of the state can light their groundwater on fire. And so it's pretty intense, and it's a hotly debated issue in the country whether we should continue to do this or not. But when you can see $1.97 at the Circle K for gas, it's like, well, I kind of like fracking, you know?
Yeah.
But, yeah, just constantly killing owls and birds and all kinds of crazy shit, you know?
Yeah?
It's not good. That, and then in the eastern part of the state, you got, like, the Fighting Sioux hockey team.
Uh-huh.
Like, and just, that's really, really racist to Native American people that are from this, like, the Lakota tribe. Sioux actually means enemy. So, like, when you say Fighting Sioux and you're talking about the Lakota people, it's like you're saying the fighting dickhead Lakotas. Like, so yeah, North Dakota is on both environmental and domestic and like human rights fronts kind of fucks people over.
But we don't hear about it out here, so it's not a problem.
No, of course it's not. We just got to deal with Sheriff Joe locking up Mexicans here.
Yeah, no big deal.
Yeah.
Which, look, I got to tell you, he's been doing a great job.
He doesn't fuck around, does he?
As I used to. All right. So you grew up in North Dakota. You like pretty sheltered out there? Or do you kind of know what's going on in the rest of the country, and you're like, this is different than what most of the country's like?
I was the type of guy where the second I turned 18, I got the fuck out. I went to Wyoming and lived in Laramie, Wyoming for a year, going to Wyoming Tech, which was automotive college, and that's what my kind of first passion was to learn as much as I could about cars. So I did that program, and then I moved down here actually for like a month in August and lived in my Jeep. And it was the shittiest time of my life.
Yeah.
Because Arizona in August is like, 115 degrees every friggin' day. So that was terrible.
What made you do that?
I was supposed to start school down here at UTI for an Audi training program. And I started.
And by the way, for people that's not from here, that doesn't stand for urinary tract infection.
Let's just clarify that. It's Universal Technical Institute for you acronym people. But yeah, so I came down and I started. I did like a apprenticeship at a drag car shop. They made like the 300-inch rear engine top fuel drag car chassis. So I did a TIG welding fabrication apprenticeship, and I didn't get the job. And I called a friend of mine who was in Minneapolis at the time, and he was running a race team. And he said, come on up here, I need someone. So went up to Minnesota and for a year went racing. We went and raced ski-doo snowmobiles in the wintertime, traveled all across the northern part of the country, out to Yellowstone, got to do the Winter X Games in Aspen.
Whoa, no way.
Yeah, it was a real blast. Met a lot of really cool people. And then in the summertime, we'd go on a ATV quad cross racing circuit. And we had one that was GNCC, which was like a cross-country circuit. It was like an 11-mile loop on utility four-wheelers. So the 500cc and 800cc classes. It was a real just cool learning experience. Got to see the entire country before I was 21.
Wow.
Yeah, because I was out of Wyotech by the time I was... I was 19 when I graduated Wyotech. It's only a year-long program. And then called that guy up and got to go across the country.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was...
way cool.
It was super cool.
So why did you stop that then?
You get paid like dick. Like, you just can't live on what they wanted to pay you because it's power sports as opposed to like anything bigger. But in the same breath, I've heard of NASCAR pit mechanics that would only make like, $2,000 a month. So,
really?
Yeah, it's not that much. I was taking home like $1,500 a month, and it was just really rough. We were living in hotels. No, we were living in hotels, and it was just like time to go home. And so I made the decision, went home, got a job at a GM dealership, and luckily it was like the most fortuitous thing that could have happened because my dad passed away like a month after I got home from being on the road. So got to deal with all that, and wound up having to homeschool my little brother for a little while. Just all kinds of crazy shit. Yeah, I mean, my mother and I. He had a brain surgery that was pretty gnarly. So just kind of put my life on hold, and I was like, well, I need to get back out of North Dakota. But before that, I started going back to college, did some health and fitness administration type stuff, like anatomy, physiology, and did some business classes, business management, all that bullshit. And because it was free. Like, I had free tuition until I was 25. So I stayed in North Dakota until I was 25 and then moved out to Arizona.
Wow, man. Well, shit. First of all, sorry for all the shit that happened to you. But you've been through some stuff.
Oh, fuck yeah. I think we all have, though. Like, that's the reason, like, my favorite people in comedy, my favorite people in life to hang out with have all been through some shit. And they're all, like, using that to kind of catapult themselves forward to do something even bigger. Like, my best friend is a Korean national, and he's currently our, like, best shot at getting someone in the Olympics for weightlifting.
Cool.
And
wow.
that, like, I love hanging out with the guy because he's just inspirational to be around.
Yeah.
Like, powerful people like that are just, they're people that should be really admired and talked to in this world, you know? Like, you need to figure out what makes people like that tick so you can maybe internalize some of it and make your life better.
For sure.
I've learned a lot from people like that.
Dude, definitely. I think you can learn a ton from other people.
Oh, yeah.
Let them fuck up and learn from their mistakes.
Right.
Excuse me. What was it like, dude, just like homeschooling somebody, right? I don't really know how it goes down. Do you get sent work and then you have to kind of teach?
He was in like a program to where it was like an off-campus type program after he had his surgery, just because he had kept on getting these really gnarly migraines. So he would get like a standardized curriculum to follow, but he would just do it at his leisure at home.
All right.
As opposed to having to go in.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, he would go into like they had a resource center for offsite students that he would go into like twice a week, but for the most of it was just like helping him through like, okay, like I would help him write a lot of papers.
Yeah.
Just because I like writing, obviously that's why I'm a comedian.
Sure.
But I don't like writing anything that's serious.
Okay, so let's go into the lighter subjects, I guess, but they're serious for you and I. How does comedy really enter your life? How does that come about? Something you want to do?
Honestly, it's just like when you look at the world as it lies today, with all the bullshit that happens. Like, yeah, he just gestured to crack me a beer with his handy dandy beer popper. That's pretty amazing.
That thing's awesome.
But yeah, I mean, like, with all the crazy shit in the world today, like, I just feel like it's we all need to laugh, you know?
Fuck, it stopped working now.
Oh, broke it.
Hold on. No. Keep going.
Like, just the fact that we all need a bit of a distraction in the world, you know, because there is so much just heartache and fucked up things, like the Eric Garner choking or Ferguson or any of that shit. Like, if you can make someone not have to think about like the hardship and shit in their life for like 20 minutes or an hour or whatever, like, I think that's a really powerful thing in this world.
Yeah, so that's a long way of saying you like to make people laugh.
I love making people laugh. Like, I like to have everybody in the room feel as light as I do, because otherwise I'm the heaviest person in the room, you know?
For sure. Now, I mean, it sounds, and just talking now, like you've always wanted to make people laugh, right? So with your dad, you always want to make him laugh. When you're a kid, you just saw him, you're like,
I've
dude,
always been a
don't be so
performer.
down, man.
Yeah.
Let's laugh it up. So how long have you been doing comedy for?
I've been doing comedy for about 8 months now.
Okay.
So I'm pretty fresh still.
So what got you, because you're 27?
Yep.
What got you from then? Like, okay, for me, I always knew I wanted to be a comic from when I was 8 years old. But for you, you always wanted to be funny and make people laugh. But when did it hit in your head that, like, dude, maybe I could do this comedy thing?
I think it really, like, was cemented to me, honestly, and it's going to sound so fucking cheesy and stupid. But when I started listening to Rogan's podcast, of all things, like, it was like, he talks about how there's a guide, like, he wishes there was guidance counselors who would say, like, hey, kid, you can be a good comic.
Uh-huh.
Like, I wish I had someone. Or
they don't talk about that career in school.
That's not a career choice, you know? Like, well, you want to do that? What? But it's just like, I wish I would have had that, because I've always tried to be the person making everybody laugh, whether it was at my own expense or whatever, you know, just like had to be the ham. It was just a necessity to me, you know?
Yeah. Like, all right, for me, like in high school and stuff, I get in trouble for talking in class or whatever and cracking jokes. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, I'm sitting in math class. I'm never going to have to use this shit ever, right?
God damn it.
But I need to sit in this classroom because listening to what the teacher's saying and me coming back quick with a joke, that's my learning.
Yeah.
Right? I know I want to be a comedian, so this is helping me get quick with comebacks and like kind of improv in certain stupid situations. So that's why I always kind of looked at school, which didn't help with schoolwork.
No.
Literally all my papers were like bullshit, jokey things.
Yeah.
They'd be like, "What? This is not properly written." I'm like, "Well, it actually is. It's in script form."
See, this is how you write it. This is how you write beats into, you know. So you see the punchlines here and here and here.
So, you know, and I think for a lot, generally comedians do okay in school.
Yeah.
But I think we all know.
We all underachieve in school.
Very much so.
You know, like, because I could have done way better. I did do way better. When I had something I was really sinking my teeth into, like automotive, I was straight A student.
Yeah, because you liked it.
Yeah, I loved
right?
it. But, I mean, you put me in a math class where I'm sitting there doing geometry and I'm thinking about the girl in front of me's tits. That's it. Or, like, the teacher's got a shitty comb over, you know?
Let's go back to this girl that sat in front of you.
So my geometry teacher in high school had this daughter, and God, I'll never
Wow, a
forget
teacher's
her.
daughter.
Yeah, and we were all high school wrestlers, so I wrestled all through high school and college. And a freestyle wrestling singlet is a very, very low cut ordeal. It comes down to like right above your navel area, and it's very thinly strapped. So his daughter had these giant fucking tits, like at least a 30-40, and they were glorious. We got convinced her and one of her friends to model freestyle singlets for us one day.
How the fuck did you do that?
I didn't do it. It was my Mexican friend Ray.
Who's got incredible game.
He had such
Were
great
you there
game.
when he was talking? Like,
Oh, yeah.
What did he say?
He was just
I'm
like
learning from a high school
I know.
kid.
He was like, "Oh, come on, girls!" Like he was just real smooth about it, and then he pulls out a Polaroid and snaps a couple pictures. And I swear to God, those were like the hottest things to go around the high school campus.
They would be hot right now.
Dude,
Illegal.
Well, they'd
but
be
hot.
illegal as fuck. But yeah.
Wow, they went around school. That is
they were
sad.
Those
dude.
girls were whores, though. Like
way sad.
those girls were like notorious for like. So we had a college in my hometown, and that was like the town would go from like 16,000 people to like 20,000 or 18,000 people when college was in session. So it was a pretty big part of the community.
Yeah.
But these girls would like go over and were notorious for hanging out in the freshman dorms and shit. So you're just like, yeah, all right, well, here's what it is.
How many kids went to your high school?
Fuck, I think I graduated like 100 kids.
100?
150 maybe.
Whoa.
Yeah. It was
That
really
is small.
It's tiny.
So you knew everybody, but everybody knew them.
Oh yeah.
Like
yeah, everybody knew everybody in my hometown. Like to the people still stuck in Jamestown, North Dakota, I'm sorry. It's kind of cold here. It's like it was what 50 today.
Yeah, freezing.
It was freezing. There's been snow in downtown Phoenix past 2 nights. Do you have a good New Year?
Yeah, I mean, I don't do anything.
You don't do anything?
No.
No? Just kind of hung out?
Yeah, what about you?
I
forgot. This is our first.
Well,
New Year's
allegedly did mushrooms. I just feel like it was the proper way to bring the new year in.
Yeah, to hallucinate about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it? Did you do anything? Did you go out?
I went to one little party with the people from my gym. Shout out to East Valley CrossFit.
What's up, ECF?
EVCF.
Whatever, dude. I thought I had it. When I said the F, I'm like, shit, I think I did it. And then I didn't.
Yeah. Went and hung out over there, and then me and a few friends went and sat and looked at a Christmas tree and...
And then 5 hours later, we
later.
realized that it was just someone's front door.
Pretty much. There was an elm tree or like an oak tree in the back that creeped me the fuck out. I thought it was a squid trying to eat me at one point.
You people that do drugs, man, I'll never understand it. I'll never understand it because I've never done it. But also, that doesn't sound appealing to me at all.
Oh man, you get like the biggest feeling of like love and compassion for yourself and the universe.
I already love myself enough, man.
Well, see, you're one of the lucky fuckers then.
I loved myself 4 times today.
That's what we call chronic masturbation, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, man. Yeah, I don't... A friend of ours did shrooms the other night. I drove him to a show, and I guess he had just done them before he got my car. And halfway to the show...
Oh, yeah, no, I remember who did those.
Yeah, no, I know, because he got them from a familiar source that you and I both know.
Allegedly.
He may or may not be sitting across from me.
Allegedly.
Yeah, and he just sitting in the car. He's like, man, yeah, this is so weird. And then as we keep going, he's like, dude, look at my hands. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, they're hands.
Yeah, he's like, I think I can see right through them. And it's like, all right, I don't
fucking know what level you're on, but it's creeping me out,
I just can't wait till we get there so I can separate myself
right?
from you. You're fucking freaking me out.
No, and that's the weird thing about being on mushrooms like that is, if someone's not on your level, they just don't get it. I've had my most terrifying set ever on, ever was allegedly on mushrooms. And it is one of the most awkward things to try to focus on delivering a stand-up set while, you have lights blaring in your face and the people in the audience are turning into, David Icke lizard people. It's just a fucking freaky experience.
What?
You don't remember that?
No. Yeah. No, I don't remember that. I never heard anything of you talking about anything like that either.
Oh, I was on stage talking about it.
Were you?
Oh, fuck yeah. I was like, I'm sorry, but I can't focus on anything right now. You people are terrifying.
Half the comics say that shit. I'm
Yeah.
so high right now. It's like, come on, dude.
I do have a medical marijuana card, so I used to get high a lot going on stage, and it was honestly just too much of a crutch at a certain point, so I stopped doing it, and comedy hit a new level for me once I
clarity, bro.
Yeah, pulled the crutch out from under myself, and I was like, all right, go do it, and it's not scary anymore.
Mm-hmm.
When you first start out, there's that fear of they're not gonna like me or nobody's gonna laugh, and I mean, once you have nobody laugh enough fucking times, you're just like, I don't fucking care. I don't care what you people think. I'm just here to be fucking funny. If you don't like it, I'm having fun. I don't care.
Oh, man. Well, yeah, no, you know what's funny is, you're right, a lot of people drink before shows, do whatever they need to do before shows to calm their nerves down or whatever. But no matter how nervous you get, you're always nervous before the show. And then when they call your name and you go up, once you're up on stage, it kind of goes away.
Yeah.
And now you're in game mode. And when you're sober, you think so much more clear.
Oh, it's
so easy.
Yeah.
It's
just snaps it.
Dude.
It all snaps together. You catch someone talking to you or something on stage, and you're better at dealing with them, as opposed to you just kind of look at them and you're like, huh?
Totally.
Yeah. So there's a lot more clarity. Clarity is a great thing, but I still do all my writing baked.
Do you see a lot of people do that, and they tell me that that's how they come up with their whatever material.
The crazier shit that I can come up with is generally because I'm in a different state of mind.
How do you write?
Normally really late at night. It seems like that's when everything does come to me, and it's just I try to write the beats in when I write,
Explain to everybody what that means.
So when you're speaking on stage, you got to time your pauses for what the gravity of what you're saying. So you go up the first time with it, and you have an idea of where the punchlines might be, and then as you keep going on stage with that same material, you can adjust it, obviously. But so I try to write my spacing in and do all that, but for the most part, it's just middle of the night, and I'm laying in bed. I've got a little book next to me or my phone, and I'll think of something dumb, funny, stupid idea, and next day I go try it on stage.
Now, do you write it completely out, or do you just put it kind of in, I don't know, topic words or something that can get you thinking?
Typically, I do a bullet point thing, but for the it's for the most part half a riff and half a thought out thing.
Right.
When I go on, so it just depends on what the bit is and how much some of them have evolved just on stage purely, never really been written down until they've been done 5 times, and I'm like, okay, I'll write it down a little bit. But if it's a set that I know I'm doing, I can just write down bullet points of what the title of the bit is, and then
Yeah.
But I got to write it out every time.
You do?
Every time I go on stage, I have to write what I'm gonna fucking do.
Do you?
I have to.
Why?
Otherwise, I don't remember it.
Really?
Yeah, it's one of the caveats of being a stoner.
So, all right, but let's see. So in 8 months, been in comedy, how many times do you think you've been on stage? Unless you know the exact number, which would be crazy.
I don't know the exact number, but I try to go up at least, I've been doing probably at least 3 shows a week for the past 8 months, to where some weeks I'll do up to 9 sets. You know? Like, that's what I really love about Phoenix Comedy is there's a lot of opportunity for us to get on stage as open micers or as even paid professionals. There's a really strong community about Phoenix Comedy. I just wish that it wasn't so, like, cliquey and a little divided, you know?
That's weird you brought that up. I have been saying for the past year that it's not cliquey. I'm like, this is awesome. Everybody gets along, and we have a great time together, and it's so cool. And now, a year later, as I've been saying that over and over again, I don't know if it's necessarily cliquey, but there is politics that are involved in some of the places or within some of the people, I guess.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I try and get along with everybody. I have no beef with anybody.
No, you don't. I don't either. At least I hope I don't.
Yeah.
And if I do...
No, I don't think you do at all.
Bitches speak up. Like, I'm sorry, but...
There are people I don't know because I don't do shows on the west side.
No, fuck
strictly
no.
Because it's far.
It's super far, and
if
I'm afraid to get shanked on the west side.
But also, if I can do a spot or 2 or 3 closer to my house than go for one show that's 50 miles away, I'm not going to go that far. Yeah. Right? I'm going to do the 2 or 3.
Like, it's a different story. Like, okay, you're going to throw me some gas money or whatever, but that never fucking happens.
Yeah.
So
that's why. I mean, that's why I don't go out to those places. And I know that I've gotten a bad rap from the people that run those shows out there, but it's not like, dude, you haven't gone out of your way to ask me and be like, dude, we'll give you this much money to come out and do Friday, Saturday. Like, no, I'm going to do the shit that they asked me to do that's close to my house. Yep. Right? But nothing against them and their shows.
Nothing at all. Yeah.
I want this whole goddamn town to blow up.
There's enough
in comedy, not like
that's like the feast or famine mentality you see in a lot of, especially in showbiz, like comedy or acting or any of that. It's this feast or famine mentality that people have that there's only like X amount of opportunity when there really isn't. Like, I really hope that everybody can go out and just smash their sets and like realize the potential that they have to be a comedian or to be a performer, because it's a really cool medium of expression, you know? Like, I really enjoy it. I love going to see someone just smash a set. Like, perfect example is Sam Katz. Yeah. Like, we all know little Sam Katz. And I love this kid because he's always up there trying, you know? Like, he really fucking tries hard. And god damn it, he's growing. And you, like, when you watch someone do that, it makes you want to work harder.
For
you know?
Sure it does.
Or like you go see someone who's like a super high level polished comedian. Like, I saw fucking Hannibal Buress at Stand Up Live. And it was his new hour since Animal Furnace. And oh my God, I died laughing. Oh, he was so fucking funny. And it was just like inspired to go write because it was like, I want to be that good one day. Like, one day I want to fucking smash like that.
And when you watch that, this is what's weird. When you watch that, you're like, oh, it's that easy. Right? Yeah, they're talking about regular basic things.
Yeah, you would hope it's that easy.
And, well, it's very different, okay? Because, listen, they're getting an hour to talk, okay? So you go 2 or 3 minutes without laughing at all because they're setting something up or just telling a story, or you might giggle once, right? Yep. When you do the scene and you're not at a headliner status, you're not getting 15 minutes of time to kind of work on stuff. You're getting 3 to 5. Yep. You don't have that kind of time to bullshit through a story and then have a big payoff at the end. It's like, no, I only have this little bit of time, so I got to work my ass off to punch as much as I can into this little time slot so somebody notices me. Yep. Like, that's what you're trying to do. And it's very difficult, and it's very frustrating. But
a 3-minute set is probably one of the, like, hardest but biggest growth factor things that you can do as a comic. Because if you can take 3 minutes of you on stage and get everybody to hook in the room, especially in an open mic setting where everybody's kind of just there on accident most of the time. Like, you go do Copper Blues in Tempe, and it's kind of like an accidental audience almost, because most people are just in there having food, having drinks, and then it's like, okay, Tuesday night comedy show, and yeah, And if you can hook those people that aren't really trying to see a show in, God, you really got something.
Yeah.
Or like a Scottsdale audience. I love Scottsdale, surely for the fact that the people there are kind of a little bit hoity-toity and snooty. Because if you can make them like kind of pull their nose back down to reality a little bit and laugh at what you're saying on stage, damn it, you've done your job.
Yeah, you have. House of Comedy right now, which is a new club up in North Phoenix, but it brings that kind of crowd.
Yeah.
Like the snooty crowd. And that's what I've noticed. I mean, I've been there a bunch of times now, and that's been the study that I've received from the audience. But if you can make them laugh, like, dude, you can make anybody laugh.
Yeah.
Right? With this material that you've got, yeah, it's going to fucking work. But first of all, it's a great club. Everybody go to start going to that club.
Go to House of Comedy.
Awesome.
It is a beautiful venue with a great staff. Like, I can't say enough good things about the club owner, Rick Bronson, who owns a couple more clubs throughout the country and in Canada. He's got
Minnesota and Edmonton.
Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, which is coincidentally biggest mall in the world. Fuck Mall of America. Sorry, America. But they made it.
Fashion Square is the biggest mall ever?
Nope.
I get lost every time.
Chandler Fashion Square is my shit, my hood.
Oh, dude, I hate that mall. I do get lost in that
Right?
mall.
That thing is terrifying. It's crazy that with the internet, like, there's still malls in the country too. Like Amazon has
Amazon's the biggest mall in the world.
yeah, like, but they still haven't closed down like the mall. Like, I can't believe people still go Christmas shopping in a mall. Like, why?
You need it in hand at that moment.
I guess. Just it's weird to me.
Yeah, but I don't do a lot of shopping online either. Though.
I don't do a lot of shopping. Period.
Yeah, I guess that I could say the same thing. I did eBay twice and never got the thing I bought since.
Oh, really?
Yeah, both times.
I don't think I've ever done anything on eBay. Craigslist is my favorite shit. You can find such great deals.
Yeah, but
on
then you
Craigslist.
gotta like meet the person, huh?
Yeah, it is kind of creepy. Like, you can get in like an axe murder situation
Yeah,
pretty easily.
I'll meet you in the middle of Costco.
Yeah.
That's where I don't have a Costco card. Then we got no deal. What is all right, so this is cool too. Being a comic, when it's a new year, as a comedian, you do kind of separate each year. Like, what did I do in 2013 and what did I do in 14? And the way you get booked too is kind of like, all right, I'm booking through the year, and then in September or October, I'll start looking in for 2015 dates, that kind of shit. So 2014, you were 8 months in at the end. What are you looking to do? What do you want to accomplish in 2015 comedically? Not, personal life, whatever, but...
Well, I mean, like, comedically and personal life are the same thing for me at this point. Because, honestly, this is the only thing I can really care about in my life. So comedically is just to get booked more and do more shows, do more stand-up. I feel like I'm working on... I've probably got a solid 15 right now. And just keep growing the material, keep writing... I'd really actually like to start a podcast of my own coming up in the future. Just things like that, different, getting into different mediums of stand-up. Because, like, to be an effective stand-up comedian anymore, you can't just go on stage. You got to. There's got to be more to you. There's got to be more production to you.
Yeah, I agree with you. But understand also the bottom line is you're a comic.
Yeah,
right?
Be undeniably funny.
Yes.
I mean, if I have to say anything, like, my goal for 2015 is to just work on becoming undeniably funny.
Yeah, there you go.
Like, that's it.
That's an awesome answer.
That's
dude.
all you
Way
gotta do.
better than anything I would have thought of. I'm gonna take that answer.
That's actually an answer taken like from Andy Steinberg, just to let you know. Just shout out to Andy Steinberg. He told me that though. He's like, just you have to just be undeniably funny. Like, fuck everything else.
I mean, it helps. Yeah.
Like, just work on your material, write constantly, try to improve, just, like, record yourself and really make this a job. And because if you can make it into a job, fuck, you'll never work another day in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Like...
Dude, here's funny. When I was driving over here, I thought to myself, I'm like... And for anybody that hates me and you listen to this, you're probably going to hate me more after I say this. But I was thinking to myself, I'm like, dude, I love my life.
Yeah.
Like, I from top to bottom, I love my life. And one of the big components of that is I love what I do. I'm a fucking comedian.
Yeah.
Right?
We get to walk into a room and make the entire room fucking laugh hysterically.
Yeah.
Like, God, if I can make someone cry, like laughing.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
how fucking.
Just beating the shit out of
Well,
them.
that too. Just like, right hook, left hook, nut kick.
They're crying, and I'm like, job done.
Bitch. But no, if you can crush a room, God, there's no like better feeling in the world. Like, God, it's like nutting.
There's no better feeling in the world than when you're in the pocket killing.
Yeah.
Right? You're on stage and you've hit that pocket where you could say anything and they're going to laugh harder than they've ever laughed before. You don't want to get off of that stage, man.
No, you just
That's
want to keep
when
going.
you understand that some of these comics are like, dude, he went for 2.5 hours last night. Yeah, he hit that pocket with these guys and just kept going.
I remember the first like good set I had, and it was like an objectively good set. Like, other peers of ours came up to me and said, like, wow, it was a really nice set. And it was the first time anybody really come up and said that to me. I remember going home that night and trying to beat off. And I swear to you, I couldn't come for like 45 minutes because my first nut had already gone on stage. You know? It was like that good of a feeling to me.
I'm hoping the next time I see this room just fucking die laughing and see your pants get wet. I'm like, Bill's really enjoying it. He's having a good time. But listen.
Rubbing the microphone stand.
Like, I can only speak for me, but I think I speak for you on this too. We do something with our life that we absolutely love.
Yeah.
And there's that saying, you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. I kind of believe that. It's still work, but we just enjoy it so much more.
Yeah.
Like, if I won the lottery or the Powerball, like a lot of people say, if I won the Powerball, I'd never work again. And blah, blah, blah.
Well, shit, I'd have to do something.
If I won the Powerball, I would work more in
Yeah.
comedy. Like, I don't know why. I would just...
Because you'd have the opportunity
No
to.
worry in the world.
Nope.
Just, dude, I will start doing every show for free. I don't care.
Yeah.
Because
go
I just
do it.
want to fucking do comedy. And that's where it would change. Where I'd probably tell people, like, dude, don't worry about it, man. You don't have to pay me for this weekend. I just want to come in and just make this room laugh.
Do a show.
So that's where it would change. But goddamn, this life is so fun.
I don't know what I would do without it, honestly. Like, the people I've met, the experiences I've had, you know, getting to meet headliners, getting to meet other area comics. Like, this is a community of like good friends that I've met. Like, it's like these like you might meet 100 or 50 to 100 people that you may not meet in your everyday life, and they're like you, and they see the world through this weird eye, and they have these different perspectives than you do, and they're like willing to talk about them and go down weird little rabbit holes with you in conversation, and it's just so goddamn refreshing, you know.
Well, it's I liken it to a fraternity.
Yeah.
In the sense that, you know, to get in a fraternity, you have to go through this week of shit that only they know about, right?
Yep.
Well, we do something that only we can understand, right? There's nobody, you can't be working, even as a teacher who's in front of people talking, right? But it's
Completely different.
obviously not the same, but they haven't done what we do.
No.
Nor have we done theirs.
Unless you're Greg Freiler.
Yeah, or Jerry D. Or Corey McKellis. But either way, they're all teachers in comics.
Poor bastards.
I just say that because nobody understands the lifestyle.
No.
Nobody understands the grind that you put yourself through every day and every night. The sleepless nights you get for two reasons. One, because you just ate shit.
Yep.
And you got to work harder. And two, because you just killed and you're on this emotional high that you can't sleep. When you meet a comic, whether it's a headliner or a guy that's done it twice and is coming back for his third time in 3 nights to just keep trying, it's the same level of
Camaraderie.
not success, but exactly, like camaraderie, like you get it. Everybody gets it. And you're right, we wouldn't meet these people in everyday life. I don't know if I would meet any comics in everyday life, but I'm so thankful, obviously, that I have. And I've been through this game twice, right?
Yeah.
I did it a long time ago, stopped, now I'm doing it again. This time around, way more fun than the last time. But I'm also older, I understand things differently. But either way, people are much more friendly this time around. And dude, it's the fucking coolest life, man. We just have the coolest life.
We do, because we get to hang out with these fucking savages.
Yeah.
Like,
all right, you guys listening, you're at work, but you have an office job, more than likely, and if you don't, then whatever you do, there's other people that work around you. Someone throws a topic out there to talk about, more than likely you're not telling jokes about it, you're having a serious conversation. Yeah. We throw out a topic, and we have that serious conversation while bullshitting the funniest shit you've ever heard in your life. And it's the best time. Hanging out is the best when we hang out at work.
Yep.
It's awesome.
Like, the patio of, like, a club like Stand Up Scottsdale or Copper Blues is by far and away funnier than what's happening on stage. 90% of the time. Like, because it's just so off the cuff and so random, and it's just a fucking experience. Oh, Jesus.
Sorry, man.
Kevin Elliott's trying to get me drunk, take advantage of me right now.
Okay. So now, enough about comedy.
Enough about comedy.
All right? Because, Bill, you're a former fat kid.
I am a former fat kid. Graduated.
You're like the 9th former fat kid on this podcast. Actually, I want to talk about this first. You have a shitload of ink on you, dude.
Yeah, yep.
I love tattoos.
A very tattooed person. I remember seeing, like, the first dude that, like, my buddy's dad had this devil tattoo, and it was like a little devil wearing a diaper, like with this cheeky fucking look on his face.
Sounds like a horrible tattoo.
It was kind of a horrible tattoo. It was very white trash. I remember, from North Dakota, like, home of white trashness.
That's right. I'm sorry.
Like, just super white trash. Okay. But I was like, that's so fucking cool, and I just thought it was the coolest thing ever. So when I was old enough, I started getting tattooed. Just got, like,
when you were 18?
When I was 18. Yeah.
Oh wow! So you just jumped right in.
Yeah, I couldn't, like, my friends had his mom take him in and, like, get a tattoo when he was 17. I was so fucking jealous.
I bet he regrets that.
My mother's, like, devoutly Catholic, where, like, the religion does not allow you to mark your skin whatsoever. So she just, like, fuck no, I will not take you to do that. That's on you. So
that's cool of her, at least.
Yeah.
To not hate you, just be like, I don't want to be part of it.
No, she doesn't want to be part of it. Right. She was like when my dad passed away, I got a prayer for him, and when she saw I did that for him,
on your ribs,
yeah, she was like, you fucking mark your skin for me. I'm disowning you in my will. I was like, okay, we'll do it.
Jesus.
Yeah, so she's really against it, but I just thought it was the coolest because it's another form of expression. Totally. It's like you get to wear art. Like, I don't fucking care about anything I could put on my walls. But
so tell everybody what you have on you.
So, like, currently I have probably about 60 hours in tattoo work on me.
Shit. You know what's cool is you said it like that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are like, I have like 8 tattoos. But then you look at it, it's like, all right, you have like 7.5 hours of tattoos.
Yeah, right?
They're all small, whatever things.
No, these are, like, so my back is
covered,
and it's a traditional Japanese tattoo.
It is so cool.
Yeah, it's a type of like artwork called ukiyo-e, and it's a ukiyo-e painting of Miyamoto Musashi, who was the, like, baddest ass Ronin of the feudal era of Japan. Ronin was like a samurai who was against the shogunate. So he's like this dude that was like, fuck you, fuck all your authority.
Perfect for you.
Yeah, and he would, like, travel around to these different dojos or schools of martial arts, and he would, like, call out the master there and be like, I'm gonna fuck your ass up. So this guy Miyamoto in the 1500s was it 14 or 1500s, one of the two, was, like, the winner of 66 duels with fucking swords.
Whoa.
Like, just, and at the end of his life. To the death.
So he killed 66 straight dudes.
He killed a couple of them with a fucking boat oar.
What's that?
Like a boat oar. Like what you use to row a boat. Yeah, he killed people with a boat oar because he thought it was too easy to kill them with the sword.
That's awesome.
So he wrote
cool.
So he wrote this book, the Book of Five Rings, which is his Bushido, which is like his warrior code, his, like, what he views martial arts to be, what he views like you should take away from martial arts, how you should train your martial art. And so I read that when I was a young man. I was really into martial arts and wrestling and things like that. Did judo back when I was a young man. Coincidentally enough, shout out to Anne Maria Rousey, the first person to ever get me into a martial art, who is Ronda Rousey's mother.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, she's like one of the coolest little ladies ever. She was doing like a teaching gig in North Dakota, where I'm originally from, at the school with my mom and dad. So I remember like going to the college wrestling room where I eventually wrestled in college and doing judo with Ronda Rousey and her mom.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was really intense.
With Ronda Rousey? Did you armbar her?
No, fuck no.
Too bad.
We were really little kids. I think we more or less just kind of played on and in the mats than anything. But, yeah.
That's awesome.
So, like, I read the Book of Five Rings when I was a little kid, and I'd always wanted to get the tattoo. I just never really knew anybody that was specializing in Japanese tattoo. Moved out here. A friend of mine had this beautiful geisha on her back. So I was like, where'd you get that shit done? Went over and shout out to Fifth Estate Tattoo in Gilbert. Tim O. Sanders, fucking best tattoo artist in the Valley.
Yeah?
In my opinion. Hell yeah. I got a couple tattoos for an ex-girlfriend.
Oh, no.
Well, it was kind of like
no.
at the same time, like I still like care about this girl. She's still a good friend of mine.
Okay.
She's a female MMA fighter out of Michigan.
Anybody we would know?
Her name's Callie Cutler.
All right. Well, everybody look out for her.
Yeah, look out for Callie Cutler. She's a hell of a fighter.
Yeah?
Like, just badass.
Used to beat the shit out of you all the time.
But no, she's we wrestled together in college, and just a really cool girl. Check her out. She fights for XFC in Brazil.
Whoa.
Yeah. So she's a pretty big deal. Hopefully she gets a call up to UFC one day.
Man, it's about time. It's due time.
Yep. Speaking of UFC, fight coming up this weekend.
Dude, big fights. All right, everybody, we're recording this on Friday night. I know this comes out Sunday. The fights are Saturday, so you will already have watched them or seen them. But what I want to do with Bill, he's a big, huge UFC fan, and I am a huge sports fan that leisurely enjoys UFC fighting. So Bill knows a lot more than I do, but we're going to make our picks. We're going to bet against each other.
All right.
Whoever loses does what? Ollie, by the way, Ollie Musa, if you're listening, you still never paid up for your bet. You got to wear a UCLA jersey on stage. That was like 2 months ago.
Oh, shit. Ollie Musa, you pay your ass up.
So what's our bet? What are we going to do here? Because we're betting on like every fight.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you want to do?
I don't know.
I don't have any fucking money.
We didn't think about this.
I don't have any fucking money, so it's like trying to bleed a turnip.
Oh, man, I don't know. Nah, fuck it. We'll just do it for fun then, because we don't have anything.
All right. So first fight we got is
right, here we go, everybody.
Alexis Dufries versus Marion Reneau.
Are those women?
Those are women.
Okay, I need to know. Hold on. So that I don't have to keep asking you. I'm going to pull this shit up, too.
Yeah, this is
we'll both be able to look at it. You on UFC?
Yep.
All right.
This is the UFC 182.
What's funny is everyone's going to listen to this and they'll be like, dude, you should have just picked Alexis. It's like, dude, I didn't know they were going to win.
Right.
This is over. This shit's already over. All right. Let's see. The big fight, James Jones. Jesus. Johns Jones, Daniel Cormier.
Oh, yeah.
How far down did you go?
I'm all the way at the bottom of the prelim.
All right. Who gets first pick?
I'll let you have it.
All right, thanks. I'm going to go with... They're both so ugly.
Sorry, ladies.
I'm going with Alexis. She's got the longer...
She got the longer reach?
She's taller. God, I can't talk.
She does have a better record, too.
Yeah, by one.
She's
5-1. Marion's 4-1. All right, I'm going with Alexis.
All right.
Next fight.
Taking Marion.
Yeah, you have to. So then you pick the next fight, though. Omari Akhmedov, 13-2, against Matt Nielsen, 11-3-1. He sucks.
See, I'm not sure about these guys, but I'm going to take Omari just because he's a Russian. I know he's going to be more angry.
For sure, dude.
Like
the other guy's lost 3 times and draw once.
Those Russian fuckers, though, like they're cold, they're pissed, and like they're not afraid to fight naked. So, like which I hear that they're throwing a little chink in the old. Terrified of the Russian people, like we all should be.
The next fight is awful. These two shouldn't be fighting. Evan Dunham, 14-6, and Rodrigo Dam, 12-8. 12-8 is like you're almost 500. I got to go Evan Dunham, dude.
Yeah, I would take Dunham too.
You can take him. Yeah, that's just terrible. Get out of here.
Yeah, I'm with you on that pick. Next one we got Sean Jordan and Gerard Cannonier.
Jared.
Maybe I just said I might have said Gerard because he's black, but yeah, I'm not racist by any means.
Oh, that North Dakota came out of you.
Yep. Well, it's the Italian too.
Guy.
I mean,
Sean Jordan, 16-6. Jared, he does have a fucked up last name, Cannonier or something. Cannonier. Yeah. He's 7-0. So I always like undefeated. 6 losses to me is a lot. If you're not fighting for a title and you have 6 losses already, isn't that a lot?
It's a bit.
Right?
It's a bit. Another thing to bring into this fight too is their weight. Sean Jordan has got 20 pounds on Jared. And in the heavyweight class, which is where these two guys are, that can change power up a lot, but B, it changes up the speed. So I'd probably see Jared maybe being the faster guy and honestly probably being a little bit of a stronger guy.
Yeah, at 240?
At 240, yeah. It just seems like that 230 to 240 weight range in the heavyweight division is the optimal weight to stay at.
Yeah.
Like you watch like Cain Velasquez. Cain doesn't really come up past 230, 240.
Right.
And then you look at guys like Alexander Overeem, who, when he came into the division, he was 265, and he got smashed on. Like, the one person he ever fucking fought that he did anything with was Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
And, I mean, like, what's to say about Brock? He just had diverticulitis right before that fight, and then Reem drops a gigantic knee into his stomach.
Oh, that hurts so bad, though.
Like, what's going to happen?
A lot of those guys, they get tired so quick.
Yeah.
This is the thing that baffles me with UFC, all right? This is your job, right? And you would know better than me. I've never stepped in an octagon. I've never been in a fight.
Yeah.
Like, nothing. I've never been in a fight. I've been in an argument. That's the biggest fight I've ever been in. And this is most fighters, they get exhausted after the first round or round and a half.
Oh, yeah.
But they know that at most they're going in there for 3 rounds or the 5 if you're in the main event.
Yep.
For 5-minute rounds, 3 to 5 rounds. Why are they not conditioned enough to last that long?
I think a lot of fighters are these days. I think it's the conditioning level has come up a lot. But what you see in especially in lesser experienced guys in the grandest stage of them all, which is the UFC, I think that there's a lot of adrenaline that gets dumped, like an endogenous dump of adrenaline, and after that first 5 minutes, they're just gassed because it's just such a different experience. They've been fighting these smaller organizations and everything, so I think that has something to play in it. First
fight in Mandalay Bay, they're actually making some coin now. That makes sense.
So it's just like that's what I would say to come into it. But
you know what? I guess you're right, because then when you see the main events, like those dudes don't get tired.
No.
Until maybe the very end if they've been getting their ass kicked.
Unless it's like some extenuating circumstance, like there was a really bad weight cut or something to that nature, you know?
So they make weight and then they eat nonstop till the fight?
It's not as much even eating as like the way you make weight these days is more like a water cut. So you're exsanguinating for the 24 hours before the fight, meaning you're just trying to cut water.
But a lot of these guys, dude, they make weight exactly on.
Yeah.
How,
and then,
dude? I mean, there's a crazy science behind it to get to that.
Sauna suiting, it's your diet, it's everything.
So what is it when they go in and let's say, my buddy my friend Anthony Pettis, who's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
a buddy of mine. He's at I think like 155 or something. So he makes weight. And then I've never been with him when he does the fights and everything.
Like probably 3 to 4 like full bags of IV fluids back into his body after he makes weight.
What does he do when he makes weight until the fight? How much weight does he gain, you think?
I would say Anthony Pettis probably gains about 10 to 15 pounds at minimum.
In like a day.
In a day. And that's just putting fluids back in. It's not very good for you.
Fuck, man.
It's not fucking good for you at all, man.
There's a lot of guys the same. That have, it's just like that, dude, we made weight.
Yeah.
Now let's get me hydrated again.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys that develop kidney issues from cutting a lot of weight.
I could see that.
Just all kinds of crazy shit can happen to you. Like
crazy.
Speaking from experience of cutting weight in high school and college for wrestling, it is one of the shittiest things you'll ever do in your life. It's so fucking miserable.
The one experience I did see was he was training and he was out here and he wore those whatever
Plastics.
you called it. Yeah, like it's like
it's a fucking rubber suit.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is. And he went for a run.
Yeah, it's terrible.
He just went out running.
Yeah, imagine doing that in 120 degree weather.
But I'll tell you, he came back like a half hour later or an hour later, and comes back and he's drenched in sweat, and he opened up the thing from the bottom, like his stomach, and water poured out.
That's not water.
mean, like
that's not water.
It's sweat, right?
That's all sweat.
Poured out of the thing, like it was. You could have done the ice bucket challenge. It would have been hot, but the hot sweat challenge.
Yeah. No,
underneath
it's super
that.
gnarly like that.
Dude, it was incredible how much water came out.
I used to have to sit there and like I would be in class, like going to like political science, and I'd have a plastic suit on. And I'd have it taped up so that I wouldn't sit there and drip onto the floor in my classroom. Like it was that gnarly because you're already competing before you ever step onto a mat because you're competing to make weight right away. Otherwise, you don't fucking wrestle. You don't fight. Like there's that internal struggle already before the fight takes place between both parties. It's fucking hard.
That's crazy.
But then there's guys like Frankie Edgar who, when he was fighting at 155 and the champion, Frankie wasn't cutting any weight. He just beating the shit out of people. He just weighed that much. He was a motherfucker. Like they say that your conditioning can also improve your chin. So guys that are really heavily conditioned may have a better chin. They can recover quicker if they get hit. Frankie Edgar is one of those fucking examples. That guy can take a hit. He took how many hits from Gray Maynard in their
that fight was awesome,
fights.
Man. And that Pettis got fucked on that one.
He did.
Big time. Yep. He was supposed to fight the winner. They drew, and so he had to fight Clay Guida, and he lost to Guida.
Yep.
And so he didn't get that championship fight. He lost, and he had to fucking fight a bunch of fights to get back. To
Bendo fucked up Guida too. I really love Clay Guida. He's one of my favorite fighters of all time. Like,
he's an animal.
He's such
if you want to talk about endurance, that guy non-stop runs around.
He has such a motor on him.
Oh my God.
I love watching Clay Guida fight any fight he's in. He's so fucking awesome.
It is fun to watch. I think he's a lunatic, but it's fun to watch.
He's fucking crazy. Don't get me wrong. Him and his dude bro lifestyle, living in he lives in an RV, like a tour bus, and he drives around and. Yeah, that's
really?
Clay Guida. Yep.
I believe it, though, man. I
Crazy
don't put it
motherfucker.
All right, man. Our next fight, Marcus Brimage, 7-3, and Cody Garbrandt, 5-0. And Cody's 4 inches taller, but they're small. They weigh 135 pounds.
Yeah, these are featherweights. Or no, is it featherweight or straw? No,
I don't know.
What the fuck is it? 135 is featherweight, I believe.
It's lady.
Yeah.
I think that's what they call it.
Lady.
You're a lady.
They're just little dudes. Those little dudes, though, are so
Demetrius
goddamn
Johnson's,
quick. That's 125. That's
he's 125?
That's flyweight.
Oh, my God.
Flyweight's 125.
That guy, Mighty Mouse, he's awesome.
He's so fucking fast. And he's so technical, too, though.
125, he's all muscle.
Yeah. Between these guys, I would have to go with Brimage, even though he's got a little bit of worse of a record and a little smaller reach. Just go for the chocolate tonight.
All right, I'm definitely going Cody Garbrandt. Right. Undefeated, little taller. I like the reach. Okay, next up, Danny Castillo, 17-7, against Paul Felder, 9-0. Both white guys.
Yep. And we're fighting at
155
lightweight. Danny Castillo's a motherfucker. Like you don't count him out. He's Team Alpha Male, I believe. One of the Team Alpha Male guys. But he doesn't fuck around, and he's from a really good camp. I'm going to have to say Danny Castillo.
All right. You know more. I would go undefeated guy, right? Paul Felder. But I bet he's fought a lot of bullshit fights to get 9-0. But since you pick Castillo, I got to go Felder. So, all right.
All right, next one's your
undefeated.
pick. So
next one's my pick. Hector Lombard, 34. Jesus, both of these guys have fought a lot.
Yeah.
Hector Lombard, 34, 4-1. So that's 39 fights. Against Josh Berkman, who's 27-10. 37 fights. Berkman's an inch taller. They're both 170. Hector Lombard's black.
Hector Lombard is a goddamn freak.
I'm going to take him just because of the record. I don't know.
He's got an interesting style of fighting, too. He's a former judoka, so he's a judo fighter. And
So he just chops necks.
no, not judo chopping. We're not doing Austin Powers bullshit. But no, like a judo fighter is just they're different to deal with than anybody else really, unless like a good Greco wrestler will do okay against
So
a
it's
judoka.
tough to train for these guys.
Yeah, it's really tough to train for a high level judo fighter. And Hector Lombard throws unbelievably hard leather.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Has he gotten a title fight?
Not yet, no.
Wow, dude,
So-
he's been in a shitload of fights.
Yeah, he's
That's a lot,
he's
dude.
fought a lot. He's fighting on American Top Team down in Florida, I believe. So
His 40th fight. Dude, can you think, just looking back, do you ever been in a fight? Yeah, I mean, I've been in like 40 that I can recall.
professionally,
Yeah, right.
fucking professionally. Like you know that I'm pretty sure Hector Lombard's from Cuba too. So like,
So he's been in a lot
he's been
of
some
fights.
shit. Seen some shit.
All right, the next one is your pick. I'm pissed because I want this guy. Kyoji Horiguchi, 14-1 against Louis Gaudino. I guess
Yeah.
he's 6-3. He's got green hair.
Galdinot.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know either of these two dudes, but I would have to say Kojiro.
Yeah.
Just because he's got a better record. He's got 2 inches on the reach. These are little guys again, fighting a flyweight 125, so that'll be a fast-paced, interesting fight.
Dude, the Asian's going to win.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. This one's cool, dude. All right, we're getting into the good ones now.
Yep, let's get into the main card.
Yeah. Brad Tavares, 12-3 against Nate Marquardt, 33-13-2.
I'm so happy to see Nate Marquardt fighting again. Nate Marquardt's a motherfucker.
He is.
I
I've
would
seen a
love to
bunch of
see
his
him
fights.
win. I would really love to see Nate Marquardt win.
But does he beat a young kid in Tavares?
I don't know. He beats the youngness of Tavares because, like, there's something to be said for experience. There's also something to be said for age.
Right, and so, like, all right, Marquardt's 33. He's lost 13 times, right? So we go back to Lombard. He's 34-4.
Yeah.
So that would mean Lombard would have to lose, like, the next 9-10 fights to get to that record.
Marquardt's
It's a lot
also
of
been
losses.
fighting a lot longer. I mean,
Yeah,
Nate
but that's
Marquardt's been in the UFC, former Strikeforce champion, I do believe.
Yeah, but
Like,
it's a lot of losses,
Yeah.
right?
it's a diverse career.
I want Marquardt to win.
I think Tavares is probably.
You think he's going to win?
He might.
All right, if you were to bet, you had to put
If I had to put money,
down.
if I had to put money down, I would say Tavares.
All right, I would too, but I want Marquardt.
Yep.
Next one, real cool.
Ooh,
Donald
this is
Cerrone, 25-6 against Miles Urey, 15-0. 15-0?
I gotta go Cowboy, dude. I gotta go Cowboy.
Whoa.
Miles Jury's a motherfucker. But I gotta go Cowboy.
This is gonna be a brawl.
This
man.
is gonna be an insane fight because Cowboy like comes and brings it with Muay Thai, and he is not afraid to go to his back if he fucks up one of his kicks. So,
It's gonna be a killer fight.
dude, Cerrone is a motherfucker right now. I want to see Cerrone win.
I could see him winning. Yeah, I could totally see him winning. That'd be fucking awesome if he did too. Miles Urey though, man, 15-0.
Miles Jury's
That's gonna be tough.
He's a badass kid. Like I can't take anything away from him.
All right, so we go from one 15-0 to another 15-0 in the final fight of the night.
Yep.
Daniel Cormier, 15-0. John Bones Jones. He should be 21-0, but he's 21-0.
Yeah.
20 meaning 20 wins, 1 loss.
Yep.
0 draws. Bones Jones is one of the greatest fighters I've ever seen in my entire
God
life.
damn it. But then there's DC. And DC, I don't know if you saw his fight with Dan Henderson. I've never seen anybody manhandle Dan Henderson.
Yeah,
He
Henderson's-
picked him up by the heel and made him do a fucking cartwheel. Like, I don't know. I've never seen anybody get ankle picked that hard. I've seen a lot of ankle picks in my life. Kale Sanderson has never ankle picked anybody that hard. And that motherfucker went undefeated in college
Yeah,
with
40
the ankle pick.
years, yeah.
Like, DC is a motherfucker. But is he going to be able to deal with the reach of Jones and the unorthodox wrestling style of Jones? John Jones likes to use a lot of inside trips. He likes to set up elbows off takedowns off strange, weird shots. I mean, like, the spinning elbow he hit Stephan Bonner with in, like, his second fight in the UFC is that of legend. I don't know what's going to happen in this fight.
Man, Bones Jones is so good. All right, it says here, takedowns defended.
Yeah.
Cormier's 100%.
100%.
He's never been taken down.
Never been taken down in a fight.
But he's a wrestler, right?
He's a damn fucking good wrestler.
Right. His defense is at 100. I can't go against Bones Jones because I've seen him enough to where I don't think anyone can beat him until he gets old as shit.
I wonder if...
He's too long. He's
I
too
don't
strong.
know what's going to happen. I feel like this is what's going to happen. DC's going to go out and try to wrestle fuck. And what I say by wrestle fuck is he's going to try to get Bones Jones down on the ground, hold him down, and wear him out that way, making him trying to get up and carrying his weight. And then by the 5th round, hopefully he's tired out enough to where DC can lock on a submission or maybe pound him out on the ground, get a TKO like that. I'm thinking, now John has said in his camp that he's going to be looking to wrestle DC and prove that he's a better wrestler.
That's dumb.
I wonder if it's just a tactic. It's a bullshit tactic saying, hey, I'm going to do this, and then he comes out and he keeps him on the outside and, maybe pokes him in the eye a couple times. Because let's face it, John Jones, love you, but fuck, you poke people in the eyes too much. So keep your goddamn hands closed, dickhead. Like that's a big issue. Crookshanks, I can't remember his first name. I just read an article where he had a fight with former Strikeforce champion. God damn it. He just had a fight. He just had a fight with a really good dude.
All right.
And he's got permanent.
I love that you substituted. I don't know his name, so he's a really good dude.
He's got permanent eye damage from this motherfucker.
Oh, shit.
Like, eye pokes are getting really bad in the UFC. I don't know what you can do to stop him, but
Well, it hurts.
yeah. I mean, like, your eyes are it's the weakest point in your face. Like, let's be real here.
All right. So you think?
I'm gonna go with DC.
Whoa!
I'm gonna go out there and say go on a limb. I'm gonna say DC wrestle fucks John Jones and maybe pulls off a submission 4th or 5th round.
Wow, dude. I think Bones Jones either just knocks him out the first round because Cormier will try to wrestle, and Jones will just hit him with like a knee or something, and fuck him up, and then it'll be called.
But we've seen DC takes huge shots from guys like Josh Barnett, like in the heavyweight division.
Yeah.
He's fighting here at light heavyweight.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know, dude. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be a hell of a
I picked Bones Jones. However he wins it, I don't know.
That's fine.
But it's going to be fun to watch.
All right.
Killer, man. We hope everybody enjoyed the fights by the time you listen to this.
Exactly.
And we hope that we split on our picks so that Bill doesn't have to do a set naked, and I don't have to be there to see it.
Well,
dude. I don't want to be there to see
I don't know how much of a bad thing that would be for the ladies in the audience. Just saying. Just saying.
All right, Bill, thanks so much for coming, dude.
Fuck yeah.
Tell everybody again where they can find you, the whole nine.
Hit me up on Facebook, Bill Laskowski, Instagram, Bill the Angry Hobbit, and Twitter at Bill Lacerdo. Yeah. Laskowski, Laskowski for those Polishly in challenge. I don't know.
All right, one of our best closes of all time. Guys, I hope you had a good New Year. Hope you have a great week, and we will see you again next week. Love you. See ya.